Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfella, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. All right, man, we back. Goodfella Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And apparently, according to Bomac and Boxing Scene, Maurice Hooker's in talks to fight Robert Jr. at a catch weight of 145 pounds. Let's talk about it. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Check our Boxing Rumor playlist for more videos like this. And actually, it's a fight I never thought about, to be honest. I don't know why Hooker and Josito Lopez didn't happen, but I like this fight better. So they're in talks to fight at 145. So I don't know if Easter thinking about going up to 47 or just for this fight because he didn't capture the title at 140. Right now it's a little hard to do until Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor fight. And I heard they probably going to fight January 21st or 23rd. I forget which date. But to be honest, it's a good fight. I think Maurice Hooker got the longer reach. I don't think Robert Jr. has fought too many guys who can match his height and his reach. To be honest, it's hard to pick. I like Hooker. I like Easter. I just think Easter, a guy with a real, trainer, and his dad let the trainer actually train, Easter will probably be one of the better fighters in the world. He got all the attributes. He got speed. He got some power. He an athlete. He just one of those dudes who daddy want to control the career. And I'm not hating on his dad. I just think he need to bring somebody else in that could really get him on code. You know what I'm saying? Floyd offered to train him to show him how to beat Mikey Garcia. And, he just don't know how to really control, use his height and his distance. And I think if he did get somebody in there that could really show him how to use that height and that distance and not fight so much, he'd be all right. But he kind of reminds you of maybe a smaller Paul Williams. Paul Williams was another guy who didn't know how to really use his height and his reach the way he should have, and he just loved to brawl. And I never understood why guys like Pacquiao and Mayweather avoided Paul Williams. And he had a really, really good jaw, but Paul didn't use his height like Tommy Hearns did. And Easter, that probably help if he go with somebody like Tommy Hearns or a taller heavyweight like George Foreman who can really show him how to make his left jab, one of his best attributes. And that's where it all began with when you're talking about controlling the distance and using your height. It started with that really, really long left jab, one of the best punch in boxing. And if Easter could really use that jab to his advantage, he could really control the fight. Learn how to hook off the jab, use the straight right hand, and just box. He taller than most, 147 pounders. He probably was Easter about 5'11". He above average for 154. But if he learned how to utilize the punching combination and use his height and his reach, Easter would be a bad boy. But you look at Maurice Hooker, and Maurice Hooker got a lot of deficiencies as well too. He's a guy who don't know how to maintain his reach. You know what I'm saying? Got a 81-inch reach. He got a heavyweight reach, and he don't know how to use it. Somebody that knew how to use that reach and their power, they would have Jose Ramirez, off balance and looping and guessing all night. But, this would make this fight great. Both of them are imperfect. Both of them got holes. If I had to give you an honest answer, I would have thought Robert Jr. was the higher caliber fighter. You know what I'm saying? Maurice Hooker got a lot of draws on his resume, and being with Bomac is probably going to amplify what he do. But to be honest, I think Easter hit harder. I think Easter is a better boxer, but he just don't put it all together. So this would make this fight so good, man, is that Easter just don't put all his, he got everything. Speed, power, athleticism, height, reach. He just don't use them, bro. He love to fight. And what's the point of being the tallest 35-pounder, one of the tallest 40-pounders, if you don't use your God-given advantage, your height and reach? But Paul Williams was the same guy, same way. Paul lead in with his chin and just throw a ton of punches. Easter remind me of a more athletic or smaller Paul Williams. Maurice Hooker, I'm not sure who he remind me of. Long guy, can box a little bit, I'm not sure who he remind me of, to be honest. But he got a lot of holes in this game too. And I think this is going to make for one of the better fights in boxing this year. If they happen this year or next year, it'll be one of the better fights. Now, before I kind of break it, I'll break it down first, and I'll talk about Ugas. I mean, I guess the winner facing Ugas, or if it's just Maurice Hooker. But it's basically who able to take the punishment. The fight is probably gonna be a phone booth fight, believe it or not. Hooker probably gonna be trying to lose his reach. Easter probably, be in this animalistic state of hunting. I think Easter drags Hooker into a firefight. I don't think Hooker is gonna be able to keep Easter on the outside. And if Easter try to keep Hooker on the outside, it's not gonna happen. Easter is probably the better infighter. So when they get in range, Easter probably gonna let his punches flow a lot better. But it depends. Could he take Hooker punch, and can Hooker take his shot? But I think this is gonna be a tall man fight that's gonna look like a small man, Israel Vasquez and Marquez fight. I think this is gonna be a barn burner. I think they're gonna be smothering each other. I think it's gonna be a lot of punches thrown. And really, how does Easter acclimate moving 10 pounds up from 35? I know he fought at 40, now he at 45. Like I said, they both kind of on the same level fighter as me. I mean, to me. I didn't see enough of Easter at 40 to know. But we know Maurice having problems making weight. This is a real interesting fight right here. Real interesting fight. But if I had to if I had to lean one way, I'm probably going to lean towards Easter Jr. to win this fight. I think this could be a draw. I don't see a knockout happening. I think this could be a draw. I really do, but I'm a slightly favor Easter, just because I think he just got the better skill set. I think Hooker can punch too. He had a good fight with Caicedo, who fights tonight. I just like Easter on the inside better. I think he shortened his shots up better. But like I said before, this fight can go either way. Legitimately, this is actually an enigma to me. I can see Hooker winning it. But it's gonna be funny to see Hooker and I keep saying Regis, Hooker and Easter fight other tall guys fighting each other. That's gonna be interesting. I think Hooker got the reach. But we know Hooker been knocked out before. He been knocked down before. I think Easter got knocked down by Comey. But Easter had never been knocked out. So I'm gonna take Easter chin. I'm gonna take his skill set, get on the inside. I'm gonna take his power, speed. I'm going to take his ability to always be disciplined and be on weight. Maurice Hooker seemed like he too big to be fighting at 45-40. Seemed like he should have been at 147. So I'm going to take Easter ability, all those things, the side, being on code as far as never being out of shape, being disciplined, his speed, his power. I think he fit right into 45, and I think he edges Maurice Hooker. I think it's going to be a split decision or a majority decision. So I see Easter Jr. doing this thing and winning. Now, if Hooker wins, it's probably going to be because Hooker going to punch a little bit harder. He going to be able to push Easter back because Easter naturally isn't as a bigger guy than Hooker is. And I think Hooker will probably just edge him out just with activity. But I don't think Hooker can really shorten his shots on the inside like Easter can. You know what I'm saying? Because Easter used to fighting smaller fighters and fighting that phone booth fight. But I think it'll be a phone booth fight. Early on, it might start off in one of them tall guy fights, pawing out. But as soon as somebody get hit, as soon as Easter or Hooker get hit, they really turn it on and then they want to brawl it out. So I think it'll be an excellent fight. Now, apparently the winner got their eye on Ugas. At least Maurice Hooker do. It looked like they lined Hooker up to fight Ugas for a regular belt. Hooker and Ugas, that's a good fight. If Hooker fight Ugas next and Hooker keep his activity up, he could beat Ugas. Ugas, he ain't beatable. If he step it up versus Ugas, he could take Ugas' punch. And he step it up, I think he'd be all right. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a winnable fight for him. Ugas ain't beatable. I mean, he ain't unbeatable. I think Hooker would have to really box Ugas and really overwhelm him with volume, but just box and stick and move. So that'll be a good fight. Ugas came up for 140. Hooker came up for 140. Ugas ain't that. He don't have that much volume coming. So Hooker can outwork him, and plus they seem not to like Ugas. So if it goes to the card, especially if Hooker is able to get that fight in Texas, Hooker probably at the bare minimum can rob Ugas. Now Easter stepping up to 47 fighting Ugas. that's a difficult fight. He can use his height and his reach in box. That's a winnable fight for him too. Box, but I think Ugas is probably in style make fight. I think Ugas will have an easier time with Easter than Hooker, even though I think Easter can edge out Hooker. But it's just styles make fights. So I look forward to seeing that fight. I look forward if the winner take on Hooker. I'm gonna take Hooker or Easter take on Ugas. What I understand is probably more Hooker is just keeping an eye on Ugas. So if Hooker win, you can see him fight Ugas. If Easter win, you possibly can see him go back to 40 and fight Ugas. Not sure, but y'all know Robert Easter Jr., my boy. So I hope he beat Hooker. I like Hooker too. You know what I'm saying? It's a good fight. I definitely be tuned in. That's probably one of the better fights that they put on PBC as far as contender fights. And I don't really care for it as a catchweight. I might as well go up to 147 and do it. But it is what it is. The article's in Boxing Scene. Don't forget you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. All my social media links in the description. Want to chop it up? Business inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Hit me up there. Other than that, we got a Facebook group as well. Appreciate everybody that donated yesterday and this week. If you want to make a donation, hit that subscribe button, bell icon button first. But always share the video. It's the best way to donate. And also, Cash App is CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love, support. Don't forget to check out my other channel, Goodfellas Sports TV 2.0. Check that out and check out my Detroit channel, Motor City Sports Talk. We talk more sports though, right here on YouTube. Appreciate the love, support. Y'all know what it is. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, Goodfellas Sports TV. And don't forget, we will be at Lion Killer Podcast tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be calling the Lomachenko and the Teofimo Lopez fight over there. So make sure you check that out. Check us out. I'll pin it in the comment section. So you can follow us over there. We'll be chopping it up about the fight. Me and Lion Killer, and I think possibly Nate Campbell if he's not busy. So check us out over there tonight. One time for the one time we go.